Last night, Washingtonians got to hear from gubernatorial candidates Bob Ferguson and Dave Reichert making their pitch to voters. Good morning, everyone. It is 6 o'clock. Welcome to Up with KREM. I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm Channing Curtis. Now, this is the first time the two faced each other after they advanced past the August primary. Ferguson is looking to take over the position from his fellow Democrat, Jay Inslee.
And Reichert hoping to turn the seat Republican for the first time since the mid-'80s. Right off the top, the topic was public safety, something both candidates have as a top priority in their campaigning. The first question touched on the number of high murders and hate crimes and vehicle thefts across the state. Here's what they had to say.
My plan includes putting into my first budget as governor $100 million to hire additional law enforcement officers all across the state. That's money that can be used by local jurisdictions to add to salaries or use for hiring bonuses.
After so many years in law enforcement, I find it interesting that all of a sudden Mr. Ferguson recognizes that there is a crime problem when he's been the Attorney General for 12 years.
Next, the candidates discuss the homeless crisis. According to Washington State's most recent point-in-time count, more than 31,000 people are experiencing homelessness. Here's how the candidates said they would tackle the issue.
We're not helping the people on the street. And I would pay for this, helping the homeless through the $1 billion that we somehow misplaced during the COVID monies.
I've insisted in those agreements the money can only be used by the state and by local governments to invest in treatment and first responders, and they can only use those dollars to address the opioid epidemic.
Of course, these are just snippets from the debate. We also heard about their stances on abortion, farm worker protections, the trauma on Native American tribes from forced boarding schools, and how to address the budget and taxes. KREM 2 was proud to partner with King 5, the Seattle Times, and the newspaper El Sol de Yakima to bring you last night's debate. If you want to see the full debate, you can head to our website, krem.com, KREM 2 Plus, or KREM 2's YouTube page.
Well, just hours ago, Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump wrapped up their highly anticipated debate.
CBS News' Jared Hill is in Philadelphia with a recap of some of the night's biggest moments and early reaction from the candidates themselves.
Let's have a good debate.
A handshake kicked off the first meeting between former President Donald Trump and Vice President Kamala Harris. But the 90-minute debate soon turned into a sparring match over issues like the economy.
I imagine and have actually a plan to build what I call an opportunity economy.
I had no inflation, virtually no inflation. They had the highest inflation.
Abortion.
For years, they wanted to get it out of Congress and out of the federal government. And we did something that everybody said couldn't be done.
The government, and Donald Trump certainly, should not be telling a woman what to do with her body.
And immigration.
They've destroyed the fabric of our country. Millions of people let in.
What we have in the former president is someone who would prefer to run on a problem instead of fixing a problem.
The former president even spreading misinformation about migrants in Ohio.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats.
He also repeatedly worked to link Harris to President Joe Biden, who dropped out of the race in July.
She is Biden. You know, she's trying to get away from Biden.
I am not Joe Biden, and I am certainly not Donald Trump. And what I do offer is a new generation of leadership for our country.
Both candidates continued to make their case even after the debate. Last night, Vice President Harris greeted supporters at an event here in Philly, while former President Trump said that he won when he spoke with reporters in a spin room.
This was my best debate. I thought it was very good.
This is very much two different visions for our country.
Both campaigns taking a pause today to mark 23 years since the September 11th attacks are back in the swing states tomorrow. Jared Hill, CBS News, Philadelphia.
Now, the next confirmed date of this election cycle is the vice presidential debate on October 1st. That, of course, will be between Ohio Senator J.D. Vance and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. You'll be able to catch that debate right here on KREM 2.
KREM 2 is committed to bringing you more to every story this election season. We will be hosting a 5th congressional district debate on Wednesday, October 30th. Candidates Carmilla Conroy and Michael Baumgartner will be right here in the KREM 2 studio to answer questions that are important to people here in Eastern Washington. The hour-long commercial-free debate will start at 7 o'clock that evening on KREM 2, KSKN 22, and KREM's digital streaming platforms. And both of those candidates are fighting to replace Congresswoman Kathy McMorris Rodgers.
KREM 2's Whitney Ward sat down with the Eastern Washington representative to talk about her 20 years as a U.S. lawmaker and her final few months in office.
What are you most proud of?
Oh, it's hard to nail down one thing, but I hope that people see me as a representative that they can trust and that cared.
Politics has changed a lot in 20 years. Right now, it feels like voters on both sides share a lot of frustration. What is your message to voters here in Eastern Washington?
You'll hear her answer to that question and much more from our interview that's airing tonight on the KREM 2 News at 6.
And it is 6:06 right now, so you'll take a first look at our weather forecast for today. As is very much cloudy over Spokane, but so far no rainfall just yet. But scattered showers will be lingering for most of the day. It'll be one of those days where at any point during the day today, it could very well rain, but it will be about if you can dodge it or not. Let's head on over to Doppler radar, because what we are noticing right now is there's a very distinct band of rain showers that is hugging this area between Lewiston, between the Palouse, and up towards the Silver Valley. And these showers are moving right along that exact path. So it's all been east of Coeur d'Alene for now, but we will continue to monitor if this gets any closer to Spokane through the day today. So a lot of Doppler radar watching for this Wednesday.
We're taking a live look outside right now, I-90 and Division, where you can see there is traffic starting to pick up, but nothing really major, just more volume on the roadways. If anything does slow you down on your morning commute, you can count on us to let you know if anything slows you down.
At 6:07, let's take a look at today's top stories. A man has been arrested for a fatal hit and run in downtown Spokane that happened nearly 2 weeks ago. 55-year-old Dom Felix is accused of hitting and killing 44-year-old Jeremy Somday on August 30th. Spokane police say they took Felix into custody this weekend in connection to the crime. Felix made his first appearance in court on Monday, where the victim's sister made a statement to the judge.
I do not forgive you, Dom Felix. I believe that you should not be released or allowed bail. You made a choice when you left my brother lying in the middle of the road.
Felix is facing a fatal hit and run charge. His bond is set at $250,000, and he's expected to be back in court later this month. The Coeur d'Alene tribe says that a newly installed gate on tribal land was broken and a posted no trespassing sign was shot. They posted these photos on Facebook showing some of the damage. According to the Tribal Natural Resources page, there's been an increase in trespassing incidents. The gate was installed to protect the land that's cherished by tribal members for hunting and gathering. They're now asking anyone with information about what happened and who did this to contact tribal police. And this morning, Gary Ridgway, also known as the Green River Killer, is in the King County Jail. He's been transferred from the Washington State Penitentiary in Walla Walla, a move that has everyone wondering why. Right now, the King County Sheriff's Office is not answering many questions about what he's doing there. Law enforcement analysts say that there could be unsolved crimes that Ridgway is connected to. Court records are sealed, and investigators will only say, quote, Sheriff's Office continues to actively investigate potentially related cases, end quote. And that's a look at this morning's top stories.